Hello and welcome to teamfortress.tv with admirable eThug and Truck on the camera. We're here for the i52 North American Qualifier. It's the round robin, 3 back-to-back best of 3s potentially. This could be a long night, eThug. You better hope Yuki shows up in time.
Yeah. I'm just being the, what's it called again? No, what's the word? Whenever you had like a teacher coming in for you, standing for your teacher.
I don't have time to give you English lessons, you Norwegian fuck! What the hell? New caster, please. No, we're gonna do this. We're doing it live. Fuck it. It's Mixup versus XTS, the first game of the round robin. We've already hit our $13,000 target. We're just milking it now. And Enigma is asking me, are they ready? Are we ready? I'm gonna say, hell yeah.
You ready?
Hell yeah! Are you ready, Steam chat? Stream chat? I've just been, I made the most powerful combination of coffee and sugar imaginable. 3 spoons of instant coffee, 3 spoons of sugar. I'm getting hyped, man. I'm gonna cry maybe after the first game, but these first 2 maps, maybe 3 maps.
Maybe we should wash it out with some Red Bull.
Maybe we should talk about these teams real quick. They're going to be going live in 90 seconds time. Mixup here, your ESEA LAN Season 16 runners-up. Got pipped at the post there by Fruyutech, who have qualified as the first North American team we're going to be sending to i52 in Coventry come the end of August. Give me a roster rundown there, eThug, for the Mixup side.
Okay, so for Mixup, we have Harblue and Medic, Enigma and Squid on Scouts, and Tira and Seagull on Soldiers. And then we have the Platinum, the big Plats on Demoman.
I'm looking forward to wearing a Platinum shirt at i52. On the Exertus side, we're going to have Rando playing Pocket along with the Fragile on Medic. Alpha, aka the Count, he's going to be on the Scout/Sniper role there with Decimate. We got Mabla playing the Roamer and Badonsky on Demoman. I am looking forward to this getting underway very shortly. And even though we have raised the 13k already, I did ask earlier what are we going to do with the rest of the money, and I think it's going to start to go towards the cost of shipping out all those t-shirts, etc. and any administration expenses. So if you want to donate, I'm sure it would be greatly appreciated by teamfortress.tv. But it's up to you guys. I was getting really hyped to give the hard sell for getting Lang to LAN, but all the hard work's already been done, eThug. What's that about?
What, have we already filled in Lang? Are we 1,000 over the limit?
Yeah, mate. Yeah,
oh,
mate.
Yeah.
What do you think, mate?
Oh, yes. Oh, this is getting me really hyped up.
That's why none of the North American casters bothered to show up, man. They were just like, geez, we've already done it. They're going to leave it to a European and Australian, and the Australian didn't even show up. Can't count on those guys either. They're already signed up to go to LAN. Nobody cares anymore. It's done. I care though. That's why I'm here. I'm going to stay up all night. You know what time it is right here? I suppose it's even later for you, eThug. It's like coming up to 20 past 11 here in the UK.
20 minutes ago.
Happy birthday!
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday in the stream chat, please, for eThug, the only guy who responded to our request to come in here and cast at short notice. Why has this game not started? I told Enigma to go live. What sort of STV delay do they run in America? 5 minutes or something? Shintaz messages me as well, says it's rude that I asked eThug and not Shintaz. Shintaz, nobody knows who you are.
Oh, really? Even after the legendary Coleman and Shintaz lost in i49?
Yeah,
I heard
Shintaz
even the Irish
he's going to be i52. Yeah, I dodged that one. I was too scared of the Shintaz Coleman combo, but it looks like we're going to go live here. And I think I'd like to watch the Badonsky cam to middle here. I want to see what he's got in his bag of tricks as he rolls out through house. He's not even going to take the kit. He's looking for the fast tag on the Platinum, but Platinum waits out the first sticky. The deck comes in, no damage done, but there's Seagull with the fast rollout. He's already behind on the red choke. Are they going to send any players to deal with him? No, and he realises that he's come back in, putting big damage onto Rando here. Enigma's putting pressure onto the Fragile. Cat faces all around as he dodges and weathers that storm, but there's Badonsky and Decimate going to go down on the XTS side. And Mixup don't have position though, even though Exertus are minus players. There's Seagulls in onto the Medic. The Fragile's going to surf that rocket nicely onto the slope there. He survives. Seagull goes down. Only Platinum and Harblue remain alive, but Harblue at a significant uber disadvantage here, eThug.
Yeah, like in the midst there, I feel like even though Mixup didn't have the position, XTS was spreading themselves really thin as well. you had like so many players being low. I think only 2 people actually had full HP at the end of that. But it was enough to get mid. And now we see Mixup is actually trying to defend second here. We see the XDS players, they're already up on Spire. It looks like Alpha is trying to cap most of it, but he jumps down. So the XDS people are just trying to take the ground here. But Mixup have Ubered, and the counter Uber pops up for XDS. XDS are 3 people down. And it looks like Mixup are actually managing to defend this. XDS has to back out now that they're 4 people down. And the Uber is also an advantage of Harblu, so they can just roll onto mid here. What do you think, Unrival?
Yeah, big man advantage as well for XTS. It seemed like they really got suckered into taking a fight on the Grey Braids there. And whilst Fragile and Rando were trying to move forward, they weren't paying attention to the fact that Badonsky was going right, and he just came up against the Mix-Up combo, got crushed. Now the action continues as Seagull is in deep onto the Fragile yet again. 20 HP on the Fragile as a rocket just sails past in there. He's going to live to tell the tale though. And Mix-Up already set up here, well buffed on middle, hoping for a little bit of an overextension from XTS, but XTS are playing it very cagely here. They want to make sure that the medic gets health, and it looks like they don't want to disrespect that uber disadvantage they're at right now. They are still building, and I'm not sure if Harblu realised he had such a significant advantage, but they're going to wait here. Obviously they are not going to take any chances. They want to go to Europe on our donation ticket here.
Yeah, it looks like the Fragile was actually not building at all at one point. Like, he was climbing Spire and he had no one to heal at that time, which gave Harblu maybe like 10 to 15% more Uber. But it's really hard to calculate that in if you're not actually seeing the medic not heal.
Yeah, man. Just remembered I have a list of words to try and use tonight. Somebody posted it on the match or the event thread there on TFTV. Series of synonyms for someone getting taken down, but here comes Seagull. He's just bombed in, he's getting scattered and shotgunned all around there. He's just been slain. And again, the single soldier bomb here is the only move Mix-Up seem to have in their bags. Will that be enough to get them to Coventry? Maybe, but will it be enough to make them or get them to win at LAN? That's a question, Ethan.
It is the question. We have, of course, these 2 strong American teams with already Feuertech winning ESEA, proving themselves to qualify for the first spot. We see Mix-Up here actually are pushed up behind them. The Uber pops out for both teams with the advantage of XDS. They're not multing or anything, they're just keeping this Uber going, and actually Seagull jumps in and gets picked up by Alpha. Decimate picks up Squid as he rushes choke. They both, Mabel and Rando, actually gets taken out behind as Enigma did a big flank there, and we see Mix-Up pushing in now from house. They just jump into them.
Big surf there onto the balcony, onto battlements. Is going to be able to back off, popping off needles there from that Crusader's crossbow, but manages to get out of there somehow after Mix-Up crushed the flank. You called it, E-Thug, but wow, the Fragile with the sick surf, unbelievable.
It was really well played. He managed to get out, and look at the Ubers now, they're really equal. Had the Fragile been taken down there, it would have been a clear cut for Mixer, but we see XCS actually keeping their advantage here, and they're just pushing on. 2 Mixer players are down now, 3 even, and they're completely defending it, but that point is captured, like, most of it, so they're vulnerable to backups here, but only 2 people are alive for Mix-Up, so we won't see any of that. Really well played by XCS there. And actually all of them goes down. Oh.
That's going to be a wipe. XTS obviously surprised many by finishing 4th at LAN, even though they had finished 2nd in the main season, or a joint 2nd. But I guess this is a tournament where they have an opportunity to prove themselves. Check out Enigma, he's going to be running the spy here. Some great spies from hits at LAN, but an infamous missed backstab attempt on Shade on Granary in the grand final, but he's got spotted out there and will go down to the scattergun of Destiny. Here comes Uber, top left. Badonsky and Rando in here on the Fragile's back. Uber's just about to fade. They've already managed to find 4 frags. This could be good, but Platinum is just left clicking and right clicking all over that point. The Fragile's drawing players onto the point. In comes Mela. He's going to steal the show, gets the cap, and 2 humiliation frags there right at the end of the round.
Mela didn't even go for any frags there. He just went straight for the point, straight for what matters, and then got the 2 even kills, as we call it here in Europe, afterwards.
I think that must be an international term by now. looking at the Valley rollout here from Mixup as I watch both guys playing around that hoodoo. Squid takes a sticky there, and that's going to bring him out of the fight for a few seconds. Enigma's going to go in towards the XTS tree, but so many red players there. Seagull just bombs in anyway, manages to land one good rocket on Fragile, but he's been struggling to connect that second so far tonight. But there's Mila going to go down whilst picking up that frag onto Platinum. Get cleaned up by Enigma, but Hardly went down there. I think it's the important fact right at the end. He's got quite a long spawn. He's going to spawn with Seagull. But big advantage here for the Fragile. These kids are doing it online.
Yeah, XDS had a really good mid there, and it's the second mid where they've been quite confident on mids. And as we can see right now, seeing as Mixup got second in ESEA and XDS they got fourth, it really shows how close these teams are together. And it looks like they get ready to push her.
Wow, look who's just showed up. It is Yuki, but don't worry about that. There's still a game going on here. As we see Exertus Ubering in top left again. They've managed to get Platinum instantly. That's going to make the point super hard to defend here for Classic Mixup. They've got to keep players on there. Seagull only 50 health will go down there as Mila comes in late for the cleanup once again. He's going to go for the frags first this time, but they do get the cavi. And that's going to be 2-0, and there's only been, what, 8 minutes played?
It's really confident and fast play from XTS coming on there, and that's what we want to see. We want to see that aggressiveness coming out. We want to see the mids going quickly, and we want to see the frags come around.
I'm watching the Platinum cam. He's decided to roll out to the balcony there. Badonsky's trying to keep him zoned, but Platinum's not really taking any of the heals here as Mixup goes straight through the house, bringing their soldiers up from the closet there, the shit house. Harbly's just staying in the valley here. This is sort of a pretty defensive strategy where they just sort of wait around the valley and see who jumps in, who gives them any free frags. And XTS didn't seem to understand how to play that one. They lost 4, but they did manage to keep Fragile and Badonsky up, so they're going to be able to back out and buy a lot of time there. They could potentially contest, but already you see Platinum setting up a sticky trap there on the right battlements from the attacking perspective, but Badonsky's coming in from the other side trying to pop off a few shots, maybe create an opening here, but they felt it out and they don't look comfortable. They're going to go for the forward hold here, Ethug.
Yeah, this will buy them some time, which it's quite good, and also because the Ubers are quite equal now, it means if Mixup does a mistake, they can push out and punish that really quickly because they're already in position to just push out. And it's just a battle of who does a mistake now and who does some clutch plays maybe.
Yeah, big Uber versus Uber stalemate here, and this is always a tough one to break, that forward hold, especially in these Uber situations. You can always take the big gamble of like Ubering 2 scouts through main and trying to run to last, but a lot of teams will react quickly to that. So usually best to just try and get your soldiers close with buffs and peek together, focus down someone, see if you can do damage. Even damage here can be enough to push off or get the force out. Right now though, both teams taking it very patiently. Look at Hardly hiding there on the little ledge of the balcony. He is well covered there. 4 stickies of the crate from Platinum, Seagull and Squid there. They've got the sniper actually. They're just looking for someone to peek around here and give away a cheap frag. Squid's going to be running that scope here, Ethug. Never seen this used to push and break this forward hold.
They're all standing on balcony right there though, so one Uber and they could like force off a good multi here, but it looks like they're not really going for it, so, or they don't recognize that many people.
Look at the position of Hardly right now, like he's got his back in the corner here. If Mila just wanted to push in, he would die for sure, but Hardly wouldn't be able to dodge. Like Mila could go in, pop off 2 rockets and force there, but Hardly's decided to back off now. He was just readjusting himself clearly. They're staying quite far back now, only Platinum holding forward. Seagull gets a buff, jumps up, but very slow and patient TF2 here. Nobody really wanting to make the first move. Come on!
Taking a trip down to Nostalgia Road here, the first time I actually saw an upper lobby hold was actually when Dignitas played against What Women once, and that is a long time ago.
I know, the legendary dunk team. Yeah, they were the instigators of that, I feel. Yeah, they could definitely get the credit for it, and I can't think of any other team who would, but yeah, we could just call it the Dignitas hold, the forward hold. But look at this, actually. I'm not entirely sure what happened there whilst we were rambling on, but XTS have gotten bored of holding forward. They've decided to back off and give Mixup a chance to push and fail. It's going to be Uber versus Uber here still. Squid still running that scope though. He took a little bit of hurt himself there, but
Alpha is also running sniper, and they're looking at each other just around the corner. They're really just challenging each other right now. I wonder what's going to happen. He's just around the corner, both of them. Oh! And Squid takes it. Balls of steel from Alpha there. And Uber comes in main. We see the XDS players, they're holding on to the Uber. This is a really good situation for them. The Uber now comes out. TLR is actually behind the enemy team, but he's going to go down right now. And it looks like the Mixup players, they're just falling out now because of this man advantage they have. Alpha is going to spawn up quickly, and Decimate manages to pick up Seagull down in main. And it looks like XDS are pushing out in this, but Mixup are, they're backupping from lobby now. One scout has seen it. I don't know if they're going back for it. It looks like it's a bit indecisive. There was only one scout. I feel like they should have just
Platinum's
rushed
coming
that.
from behind here. Platinum's actually behind on battlements, manages to get the sticky frag onto Mela there. Destiny is in his face, but cannot connect the fatal shots. And Platinum will survive for now, but 2 down for XTS. And because Fragile milked that Uber for so long and last, there's actually a significant advantage here for Mixup's Harblue. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I would personally pop pretty much instantly, because you can sort of hang yourself that way. But right now, here come Mixup with the Uber advantage onto Fragile. Doesn't have it. TLR's going to get his man there. And whips out the shotgun onto Decimate too, right now, or comes previously, but 3 down for XTS right now. Seagull and TLR have just joined them in the spawn queue, the first frags against Mixup there, but it's going to be a complete wipe as the blue team gets their first round on the board here. Still a lead for Exertus, but it's been narrowed to just 1 round here, Ethog.
Yeah, it's still close, and it's still loads of time in at least this first half. 17 minutes left, so they can pick up a lot of rounds. If I remember correctly, if XTS gets 1 more round, it's halftime.
Oh yeah, or first to 3. Yeah, you're right. God damn it, North American rules. I don't understand you, but I am watching this middle unfold, and again we see Mixup with the Valley push, but this time they've decided to come through the shit house with a bit of a coordinated bomb around there. Seagull and Enigma taking control of the red house. XTS here on blue territory, but they have managed to cap the point, and whatever happens here, that will buy them a lot of time. Slight advantage here for the Fragile. He's currently under pressure and down as low as 4 health. The Scout runs towards him, Squid barreling at him, but misses the shot. The Fragile will live. He survives. Yeah, again, Harblue's up still, but has his charge. He's being swarmed as well around this grey bridge there, around the race up. Alpha's in onto TLR here. TLR down to 60. His medic Harblue has abandoned him, felt that fight was lost, left TLR to die, and he did manage to stay alive though, so option to block here, and Platinum is going to grab this one by the horns. He's moving forward, spamming stickies, reverts to the pikes as well. Seagull gets a frag onto Alpha down at Trash.
Did he just drop the Uber?
Oh, Harblue with the big drop. Mabla coming in. I'm not sure if that was just from straightforward or from behind, but after all that great work Harblue did staying alive, he does eventually drop. And a massive advantage here for Fragile as they pour in from the bottom right. They're going to bring in Rando. Uber popped off. They've already earned a frag for their efforts. Squid picks up Decimate on the flank though, and Seagull has killed off Mela. But as all the players are drawn onto the point, Badonsky's doing his best to pump out the damage here. But now it's turned into a 2-on-2. Demo and Medic versus Demo and Medic. But Platinum comes out top here, kills off Badonsky. It looks like the Fragile has been running away here. He wasn't even in that fight.
Yeah, he seemed to like just wimp out a bit there, but that was a really close push on to last. Had they only had like 1 scout being a bit more passive and pouncing on that point when time was ready, then that could have been an easy round for XTS. But we see Mixup, they're on balcony. Harblue goes down to Mela, Rando actually, and Mela goes down quickly after, and it looks like XTS are just gonna stand back for the time moment. They know they have this huge advantage, and as soon as they get it, they can just push on to last and maybe get a really good push going on, and maybe even cap the point. It's definitely an XTS position right there.
Yeah, hopefully they can do something a bit more orthodox with this push. That last time it was like Rando and the Fragile went bottom right, but it's sort of a momentum push. They felt they had to go because they had this advantage or whatever, but because they pushed from the bottom right, their whole flank, their whole lobby area was like totally exposed, and they lost a few players around there. The heals weren't there, but this time they just have to do it straight up standard. They're going to be facing off against the sentry gun though. Enigma, the master engineer. Alpha pops up a headshot onto the Squid. Sniper versus sniper action, and the Uber has come in and faded. The sentry has gone down. Only Platinum remains alive, He has the opportunity to go huge here, but will not be able to do it, and that's first to 3 here, and that's the end of the first half, as I understand it, eThug.
It's a really strong half from XTS. They're going 3 rounds, really quickly rounds as well. It's not like they've taken a long time. They actually have 30 minutes left, which means they only spend 17 minutes on it. That's quite fast, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised. The debate we were having on Fully Charged Europe the other night was this all just a sort of paper exercise? Surely Mixup will be going through. There couldn't be any contest, but I wanted to believe, and so far we've seen the Exertus have other plans. They want to secure their way to Europe. And I did wonder as well, eThug, what would happen if Mixup didn't qualify here in second place? Would they pay their own way? That was something that I wondered.
I don't know, like Mixup is, you saw them in i46 and they were really strong when they played in i46. And then of course they tried to mimic that lineup. I think Seagull is the only one that's not part of that lineup. And I would think it would be an upset if Mixup didn't go to LAN, because they kind of suspected to go there since they were the i46 champions.
I just realised as well that Holland and Costa Rica have gone to penalties in the Football World Cup. Soccer for you Americans, sorry. But we're here, we're watching TFT. This game's incredibly exciting too as it stands, and then here we're going to go live for the second half. Don't get surprised, as I always do, eThug. The colours have changed, have they? Yes? No?
They have.
I don't know.
No, they haven't actually.
They haven't? Oh, this is even more confusing. But right now it is 3-1 to Exertus in the lead. We're going into the 5th middle here of this fixture in the second half, and I'm watching Mela underneath putting a little pressure, and Harbly actually gets isolated. Decimate just steps across the point, puts 2 shots into the Mixup medic. Platinum's going to go down as well as Badonsky and Rando combine. There's Enigma going down as well. TLR is still alive here, trying to do work, kills off Rando, but he's going to try and hook up with the Seagull here. TLR down as low as 6, will go down eventually to Mabla. But these 2 soldiers for Mixup are going to get cleaned up. Harblu and Squid first to die will be first to respawn. The Uber is starting to be built up, a massive advantage here for the Fragile.
XTS was opting to do a different strat on mid, like depending on what, in comparison to what they did earlier. Like earlier they just had everyone on a point and taking as much space they could on the enemy's train. Right now they stood passive in Valley, just waiting for the Mixup players to overextend, and they just got picked off one by one, and it was so confident for XTS that it looks really strong for them.
Oh, XTS already working the flank here. They're in behind. They're going to catch TLR and Platinum off guard. TLR is soaking up the damage and actually manages to get a frag onto Decimate, and the Uber gets forced off here. 4 players down for XTS despite having that massive Uber advantage and pushing through the flank and catching those players off guard. But no, it's all going to end in disaster. The Fragile, last man alive, he's going to go down to the scattergun of Enigma. What a car crash that was, or should we say excellent counter there by Mixup, just totally nullifying the effect of that massive Uber advantage. What the hell was that in it? eThug.
That was I'm not sure what really happened, but the momentum just switched really quickly over to Mixup side, and Mixup now with a strong advantage of pushing through Resup area, and Harblu gets taken down by Mela, or Mabla as you put it, and I don't know, like I think Mixup can cap Spire now, but for last, the Fragile should really like build the Uber quickly now and then maybe push out if the Mixup players are overextending, but they seem to be already pushing out without that. They don't care about Ubers, admirable. They don't care about it.
Yeah, they managed to isolate Platinum there. He got slaughtered up on the balcony, and oh, a little pause here just to keep things interesting, but a nice repush there from XTS on the back of that Demo Man pick. But I wonder what exactly is happening here. Alpha's sniping as well on the balcony, so we might see a sniper push towards mid, but right now it's about a 30% advantage for the Fragile. Harblu's starting to build now, but no Demo Man for Mixup. You would expect that Exertus could cap and push pretty promptly.
Yeah, what actually happened for Exertus to now take Spire was that Harblu went down so early that they could just go with the heal advantage and take it. And it seems like we're on post now, admirable.
Yeah, indeed. That is good news. There will be no time filling required. I'm just watching the XDS combo. Actually, it's Mela, the roamer, who's getting a buff. I'm going to peek into the house here, seeing what the mix-ups have. Seagull playing around the little wooden balcony there. And XTS definitely going to wait for their Uber charge here, but Badonsky and Rando are poised. They're already moving in here, 95%. They're beating out the big wave of spam there. Now in this reloading pattern, they'll be able to move in for free. They're getting good ground here. They're close enough. They're going to pop off that charge. They're hunting down frags. Alpha comes in from underneath, gets the frag onto Harblue. Everybody was too busy looking at the combo. Can't take your eye off the Romanian scout. Straight in there. Medic down.
That was a really well pushed from XDS. It was calm and methodical, I would say. Like, it was just send in your roamers and then let the flankers do their job afterwards, and all the damage together just was so strong. Do they have anything behind them? I saw them spamming choke behind them. I'm looking around to see if they actually have someone behind them.
My Outline Hacks plugin will tell me that no, there is nobody behind. Actually, there was someone hiding in the spawn there for a brief second, but they have spawned back. Enigma down now for another 12 seconds, so good opportunity for Exertus to push on the man advantage. They could wait for the Uber as well, only 10 seconds away from getting that up, but another little pause here just to keep things interesting. I mean, I know depending on what sort of vampire cannon you're into, teleportation could be one of your traits, but wow, where did that Alpha guy come from? Straight in there for that medic pick.
Yeah, it was really well played from Alpha. But as it looks like now, the Fragile are standing there with such a huge Uber advantage that they could just be waiting for it and then immediately push on the dot. But Enigma is down. I don't know if they want to pounce on that, or like take advantage of them being one person down and just slow push it and then get Uber once they have all the players in.
Oh, we're on pause and it looks like they are going to just wait for the charge to come in and use that advantage. It worked well for them previously. Rando is in and forces Harblue into spawn, but doesn't get the medic pick. Now he's trying to duke it out here with Enigma the heavy, but they're going to throw bodies onto the point. Almost get it capped there for a second. Mixup are 3 down right now, but so are Exertus. They have lost the height advantage as well. Rando is going to rain down rockets and chip away here. He's Platinum with the sticky zipper. Fragile comes in with 2 Ubersaws, finishes off Platinum.
Last player alive.
That's going to be 4-1 here for Exertus, and obviously North American style we're going to play first to 5. One more round. This is match point times 4 for Exertus here in the first map of this best of 3 in the first game of the round robin that we're going to play out tonight in its entirety. Onto this mid though, Exertus is going to roll out from Valley and move slightly towards the shithouse, but they're not actually committing in yet. Enigma gets first blood onto Rando, the XCS pocket. Mabla's going to go and finish off Enigma. Badonsky onto Platinum, and Harblue hasn't even managed to make it out of the slope yet. He's doesn't want to commit here with his team, but he's baited 2 players into the valley. Seagull's going to try and help out. His medic does kill off Mela, but ends up suiciding, killing himself off on Alpha there. And XTS again come out on top on that mid fight. Enigma's going to spawn as Engine, try and build up that level 3 SAP, but again, classic Mixup find himself a huge disadvantage after the mid fight.
Yeah, XTS have played so dominantly this map. After Mixup got the first point, their mids have been so methodical and so counterplaying Mixup. Like they just waited in Valley when Mixup went too far ahead, and now they're just like going too aggressive with mids. Like they're just changing up the mids, and I don't think Mixup has any answer to it.
I feel like I need to pay more attention to Mela. Chad's going wild here. I think he hit some sick air shots. I am lost without the European streamer stats, but right now Uber going to come in, the advantage still favouring XTS, only 60% for Harblue as Rando and Badonsky combined to take down the sentry gun. Harblue is remaining in spawn. Platinum's got a few stickies there, but there's so many Mixup players in spawn. If XTS had reacted a little bit faster and just played the point, I feel they could have capped that one pretty easily. As it stands, it was nipple hairs away, but their team just got liquidated.
Mixup just had the better positions by standing on high ground and making sure that XTS didn't get any time on the point. Like Platinum was just putting stickies after stickies after stickies on the point, just denying him it. So it was really well played from them.
Oh, the action continues here. The Uber gets forced off here. Harblue feels it's time to pop. They have now Mela behind them, drawing eyes onto the Spire. He's trying to go in for Harblue as the Uber fades. He's regen and kicking. He's back up to 100, but XTS continuing to poke here around Choke. They know they have advantage, but they're 2 players down at the minute. The spawn's just coming in for Mixup, bringing them back to 6, but Rando's going to push anyway. He wants to go with this Uber, and TLR has spotted him coming house. He's calling to his team. It's a house push here, back off towards lobby, don't get trapped. But XTS aren't going to continue with that. I think they felt they'd given away too much information. They'd shown their hand. They're going to just move back through the Honda area here, come onto Grey Bridge and keep trying to spam out Mixup. But now they've been forced to pop off here, or felt it was time to go. But Rando doesn't get the sort of momentum he was looking for. Actually, he does get into Horblue. Horblue surfs down onto the main pack there. Now it's the Fragile versus Horblue. Horblue's amazing needles, legendary needles, going to keep him alive briefly, but just then Alpha's going to run in and get his man again. Enigma cleans up the Fragile, but it doesn't matter because they're already on last. XTS get that 5th round they were looking for, and it's going to end 5-1 here in the second half.
That was really well played from XTS. I feel like they were putting up a much stronger fight today than they did in the ACA land. They were just like, all the mids for XTS were just going their ways, and Mixup didn't really have an answer, and they because of how dominant XTS mids were, Mixup didn't really manage to equalize the advantages. Like XTS most likely had Ubers or anything like that after the mids. Like even a medic, it doesn't even have to be an Uber, just the heals from a medic, and that is enough for them to just take second and maybe even like slow push last. But it was just so strong from XTS.
Yeah, really impressive stuff here, and I'm just checking the spreadsheet here that's got all the information, and looking at the rules for the best of 3, how the maps are picked. So I think it's the same as it is in ESEA, but it's the lower seed eliminates the first map, then the higher seed picks from the remaining pool. So I guess Mixup picked Badlands, and then the winner of the first map gets to eliminate the second map, and the loser picks from the remaining pool. So it's going to be XTS eliminated here, and then Mixup getting to pick a map again. That's what I think I'm deducing from this. I don't see any chat in the server chat about what exactly is going to happen now, but also, as I read it here on the spreadsheet, it's going to be a tiebreaker on Badlands, so we could potentially be back here if Mixup get their act together and manage to get the next map in this best of 3. But I'm interested to see. Hopefully they don't pick Sunshine, because I don't think I even have that map installed. But I've never actually seen it, so that would just be excellent. I'd like an update on the football though. I'm gonna look quickly at my phone, and I still can't tell who won.
Fun fact about the football: there's actually, I think it's 12 players in the Costa Rican team are either playing or have played for Norwegian clubs, and the population of Costa Rica is pretty similar to that of Norwegian. So Norway not being in the World Cup doesn't really matter, because we're counting Costa Rica.
You are supporting Costa Rica by proxy?
Yeah, by proxy. They're my brother from a very distant mother.
I always thought you had a bit of Costa Rican in you, man, at those times.
Andale, aquí.
Oh, I get an update there. Basky's telling me that Costa Rica lost. Spoilers, guys. Enigma messages me as well. So does our loyal cameraman, Truck, to tell us that it's going to be Snake Order for the next map. So yeah, thoughts on that? We've had a lot of bad press about Snake Order in Europe recently. Well, if you would listen to Cadis and War crying their hearts out on Fully Charged, but after that Epsilon Insomniac game, there was calls for Snake Order to be removed from the map pool because Epsilon play very boring and just hold around that Sorum mid push. They don't give away anything.
I think Snake Order is a pretty stable map when it comes to strategic decisions. There's usually like only one answer to whatever the enemy teams are doing, and especially to how Epsilon are playing, it's really hard to find the answer to that whole they're doing or whatever they're doing. So in terms of playing good teams on Snake Order, it gets really annoying really quickly.
Indeed. Just trying to figure out what's going on here. I have Yuki on Steam. He's alive, you know. He's here somewhere.
Is he ready to take over?
He might even be on Mumble, but he can't seem to get on the STV. So I don't know what the hell's going on, Ethug. I'll tell you what, we should go to a little break real quick. I have permission from Truck to go to a quick break. We'll try and sort out what exactly is going on. If you've just joined us, XTS took the first map Badlands 5-1. But we're going to be here for a long time. 3 times best of 3s? What the hell did I sign up to this for? It's gone up to around midnight here in Ireland, but yep, it's going to be sunrise before this is over. Let's go to the break anyway. We'll be back soon.